Okay, we are here for our relationships, season 1, which is our first subject, and episode 3. So, we're going to talk about friendships in brief, of course. Friendships are basically what? They are things that happen over time. Okay, you meet someone, you vibe with them, you talk with them, and then it sort of builds up later. So, you start with the basic friendship, right? And then it becomes a different kind of friendship. So you meet someone when you're young, especially, and you just vibe with them, and they're like, oh, let's play cricket, let's do this, let's play football, maybe let's do things together. There is no exchange as such, except for an exchange of energy and an exchange of fun and stupidity and all. Then you grow up, and then you have different kinds of friendships. Okay, so you have business friendships. Okay, then you have historical friendships. Like, these are the ones that you have, these are the kind of people that you have made friends with when you were a kid, but when you grew up, they were just there. Maybe you don't get along with them. If you had met them today, maybe you would not have gotten along with them. But they are historical friendships. They exist for a reason, because you have a past together, because you can discuss things together, and there are certain things that they understand that nobody else will understand. And maybe if you knew the historical friend since for 20 years and someone else for 20 years in a very different context, they would not understand each other's context. So understanding you, historical friends are extremely important for yourself, in the sense of understanding your childhood, in the sense of understanding what you did back then, etc., etc. Okay, then of course business friendships, I don't need to enunciate on this. Many friendships are business friendships, in the sense of we transact with certain people. Okay, we go down, we go meet the shopkeeper, that's kind of a business friendship. We talk about his life, but we're not really interested in him. He's not the friend that we need. It's just a way to pass time. It's a way to get curious about someone's life and then move on, right? Then you go, of course, to your intense friendships. When you have intense friendships, that is when, from basic, then you slowly go towards intense, where you guys vibe at a certain level, right? And over time there is a certain intensity that is there. So as we had discussed in the last energy part, right, where you start with a basic friendship, say you are a 6 and someone is a 4, and you all vibe very well, okay, and the energy room is very comfortable. And then when you get intense, you can go up to 15 in the energy room, but there's a constant intensity, and sometimes that intensity can get too much. Okay, there are some intense friendships which cannot last for more than 2 hours, in the sense of, when you meet that person, after 2 hours you get tired of them, then you're like, okay, now I want to go home and sleep. Or after 2 days you get tired of them, but you still love that friendship, you still miss that friendship. That is what an intense friendship is. Okay, and intense friendship can be continuous intensity also. It can be between a husband and wife, why not? Okay, so intense friendships are rather rare. And then of course there is the trust and need based friendships. So when you trust somebody, that is one kind of friendship, where you're like, okay, I trust you with these number of things. And there's the other, which is need based, in the sense of they need something, you need something. Okay, try not to keep it one way. Now, trust and need, what is the exact difference here? When you trust somebody, right, you're trusting them with certain number of things. Do not trust just because someone is a friend. You cannot trust them with everything, because they may not be capable at certain things. They may not be able to do certain things well, and they may be able to do certain other things well. So remember, you have to categorize your friendships. You have to know who you can trust, who you love unconditionally, conditionally, etc. These are all different kinds of friendships which we will discuss on love, liking, trust, etc. There are some friends you can live with. There are some friends you can't live with. There are some friends you go for coffee with. Okay, there are some friends you love or you get into a relationship with. Girl, boy, doesn't matter. Okay, so these are various types of things. And in the next chapter, we will get into the percentages, how to calculate these things in your life. What happens is, you assume that friendship is just one monolithic thing. You assume that a relationship is just one monolithic thing. That I want everything from this person, that this person will give me everything, trust, love. That never works. That never works. Because some people are strong at some things, other people are strong at other things. One important thing that you have to do when you're a friend is accept utility, accept the usefulness of a friend, accept that certain friends are useful for certain reasons, other friends are just there for fun. And remember, every relationship you get into, you are getting something out of it. You cannot have an unselfish relationship. Okay, then it is not a relationship, then it is some form of abuse. Either they are abusing you or you are abusing them. So once you accept utility, all friendships will become much easier. Okay, you will realize which friendship is where, and you can categorize them. You can make more categories than this. It does not matter. Categories do not matter. You have to just know one very important thing: which friend lies where, which relationship lies where, and that clarity itself will remove all the other nonsense from your life, and you'll know what to do with who.